How to use ChatGPT Images 2.0 to dominate Pinterest. Why should you bother with Pinterest? Well, let me show you why you should bother with Pinterest. The key thing is here, we now have what we call Google Answers. And Google Answers engines, AI overviews, SGE style results, etc. is surfacing a lot of Pinterest because Pinterest has become one of the strongest visual search sources on the web. So if you aren't including or you haven't included Pinterest in your marketing, then really you need to start looking at 2026. So what is this Google's answer engine? Well, you'll see a few YouTube videos on this as well. If you look around, you'll search on it, you'll be able to find a few videos on this. The key thing is what's happening is Google's gone away from being the search engine now to being the answer engine. And to answer the questions more directly, it's pulling in information from other sources to do that. So for the visual answers, it's using Pinterest. For the video type answers, again, visual, it's using YouTube. For the more written answers, text-based answers, it's using Medium. It's using LinkedIn. It's using Facebook posts. It's taking posts from and videos from Facebook as well. It's also using Reddit. These sort of platforms is where Google is now getting its answers for, which is giving back to the public. So it's become a very hot topic, and it's going to be a lot more of a hot topic the way AI is moving. So really, to get ahead of the game and get ahead of the curve, you should be starting looking at putting your images on Pinterest and creating creative boards and creating boards within specific aspects of your business. So if you're a local business, you could have meet our team and think you can structure it the way you want to structure it. But basically, you're doing like an SEO structure, but within a Pinterest board. So this is who we are. This is about us, the main board. These are our recipes. If you're a restaurant, this is our locations, recipe of the week, recipe of the day, things like that. You can start structuring your boards that way. If you're promoting digital products, you can start breaking out the products in different areas as well. So, but anyway, this is not about Pinterest. It's not about doing the Pinterest training. Again, I urge you to, if you haven't already, to start looking at Pinterest as part of your marketing mix. So basically, when we look through here, we can see that Google's answers, Pinterest is basically saying, Pinterest has evolved into a visual discovery engine, not just a social network, and is now explicitly positioning itself this way. And of course, Google Answers is picking up on this. So I'm not going to read this line by line. I'll scroll through if you want to read it, but what I recommend you do your own search on this. And the key thing is, if you want to just get ahead of this again, don't rely on what's in this video. Go and do your own search. I'm using Perplexity here. Enter the search term, why is Pinterest being promoted? One of them days. Why is Pinterest being promoted by Google's answer engine June 2026? You get the latest information, and this was a deep search, and that's what it came back with. And it's quite a bit of information that you can use as well from there. So the next thing you want to know is the key things, what we're looking at. It's a visual search engine. It's with multimodal signals, strong intent and planning behavior, clean structure and SEO-friendly metadata. I mentioned about your SEO. So start SEOing your pages on Pinterest. Rising usage and commercial value. Pinterest has around 537 million monthly active users. That was in Q1 2026. And you can see it's got a year-on-year growth of 7 to 8%. Alignment with Google's ad and e-commerce or commerce ecosystem. Better personalization, blah, 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 blah. Put that prompt in, start reading through it. You'll get the similar answer to what I've got. So the next thing you want to know is what is the best images. So another prompt to use simply is this: what are the best images styles for Pinterest to promote a product about ChatGPT Images 2.0? So I've been working with a friend of mine, and he's got this course coming out about how to use ChatGPT Images 2.0 to create all kinds of images, from social media images to local marketing images to posters, to flyers, to business cards, to logos, everything. So I'll share that with you just a moment. But what I wanted to look through from here is to understand what are the key ones. What's the best way, the best styles? Before and afters, mock-up styles, future in motion, cool blue, analog meets AI, lifestyle, blah, 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 blah. And here's all the styles we've got here, the different sizes. And again, you're going to get all this information from Perplexity. Now, I've got the paid version, I'll be honest with you, up front with you. Mine's Pro. I use Perplexity multi-times a day. It saved me hours of work, so I use Pro. You could probably get away with some of this using the free version of Perplexity. But what we're doing is here, we're going to start, as I say, marketing ourselves on Perplexity, and we're going to work out what's the best graphics that we need to put in place on there. So we're going to do a mix of images, which is what this video is about, and in the future we'll look at videos as well. So what I did from there is I basically come across my friend's tool, which I mentioned before. We're going to promote this Pinterest pin, but what you can do, you can scroll down here, you've got all these different options. You've got social media content, social media ads, posts, etc. YouTube thumbnails, Instagram carousels. Then you've got products and mockups, which is really good, creative art, etc. And what this is basically a ChatGPT Images 2.0 prompt generator. That's what it's going to do. You just basically put in what you're looking for, and what it'll do is it'll tell you what you should be entering in here. Big clue: topic and niche, specific pin text, style, color palette, etc. Well, again, just get Perplexity to do that for you. So just put your details in there. Scroll down. I've already done that. So we're going to go, what is a topic and niche? I'm just going to copy all of that. Again, use your tools. And the best tools I here for this now is Perplexity for the research side of things, and ideation. So next thing is specific pin text. Top headline hook, how to create stunning no design skills. We'll take that. And we'll put that in there. Put a bracket in there. Will it let me put that? Yeah, we'll put the bracket in there. And the next thing I'm going to do, we're not going to bother about the free guide inside. I'm just going to keep the main headline. And we're going to do style before and after. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to come back to our tool. Put the style in there. And did I do color palette? I'm not sure if I did do color. Oh, I did. I did do color palette. That's one sec. Cool blue. I'm going to copy that. In fact, I'm just going to copy that whole text. Let's give it a good head start on this. So we know, or we looked at the search term that's basically said that Pinterest is now one of the best places to put your images. So what we're going to do is we've used Perplexity to do the research, basically by asking why Pinterest is the best platform. And you can do this at any platform. You can say, what is the best platform for X, Y, and Z? Again, use the free tools, use Perplexity. And then from there, we'll say, well, what is the best, what's the word for it? Well, there you had it there. The best format. So is it image, is it text, what is it? So let's say, what is the best place to write articles? So it might come back with Medium, it might come back with Substack. And they say, well, what's the best format? And then you start breaking it down from there. So again, we'll do this in future videos. I just want to give you this heads up now on how we're going to do this for Pinterest images. So I simply paste the prompt. The prompt came from there, and the free information came from Perplexity, as you can see here, and it went into a lot more detail. So now we're going to hit enter, and it's going to create this image 2.0. Now again, what you can do, you can just create image 2.0, but typically now it's reverting back to image 2.0. Again, for clarity, I'm using a pro version here, but you can use the free version of ChatGPT Images 2.0. What I would typically do is create Images 2.0, and then do 3 dots, and then go, here's my prompt. So you know you're going to get that, the generated image in Images 2.0. So again, Pinterest, definitely something that you shouldn't be sleeping on. There's a massive amount of traffic that's on there. It's alignment with Google, we mentioned that before. The key thing from here is, so the one I looked at first of all, so what it means as a marketer, basically as a business, treat Pinterest as a search engine, not just a social network. Keywords in your titles, descriptions, and on image text now really matter because both Pinterest and Google's AI layers can read and understand them. That's why we looked at the text to put on the image. So don't just put the text in the post description or your pin description, put it in the image as well. Also, idea, project, solution formats, e.g. small home office ideas. This is what they like. So ideas, how-tos, projects, solutions, this is what they're looking for. Pinterest SEO checklist, capsule wardrobe for over 50, especially likely to surface in Google's answer experiences because they match high intent and visual discovery. So I'm not going to delve deeper into this just now. This is just a surface level. The idea is for you just to take this way, what I've just shared with you, put it in that search term. You know, why is Google looking at Pinterest so attractively, or why is Pinterest being promoted by Google Answer Engine in 2026? Do that. And then the next thing is, what's the best image styles to use on Pinterest in 2026? And it'll come back and it'll give you that prompt that you can use. And again, you saw how quick that was. I got Perplexity to write the high levels bits. I copy and paste them into there. And now we should have an image. There you go. There's a cool blue. It took 1 minute and 13 seconds. Let's have a click onto that. I can't really enlarge it from here, but you can see we've got the text there. Create a modern marketing image for a digital product. So it's took across some of the prompt, which we can pull out. But you can see here how to create stunning in-demand images, no design skills. So there's a little bit editing to do that. Oh, sorry. Actually, it is a before and after prompt. I'm reading this thing, it's pulled the prompt, it hasn't. So it says how can I help you? And some of you would say, create a modern marketing image for digital product about AI tools, blah, 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 blah. But instead, we put the prompt in. And after you did that, you get this stunning image now in ChatGPT Images 2.0. So it looks pretty cool. So that's one version we can do. I can just ask it now, give me another version, different concept. Again, with your AI these days, just tell it what you want. You don't have to do fancy prompts, just tell AI what you want. You can use your microphone if you wish. With my accent, it struggles. So hopefully you have a better accent in mind that can be understood by AI. I think once somebody gets an AI that can understand Geordie, which is my dialect, then they've won a watch, they're on to a winner. But here's a different concept. So here, AI productivity, creative and prompt skills. So we'll just take that. There's your topic. And I'll do one more for you. Let's just refresh that. I apologise, I have to keep moving this recording bar because I'm sitting on a single monitor. I'm in a cottage here, as you can probably see behind me, because I'm working down south again. I'm away from home. So Pinterest pin. There's a topic and niche. And the next part is specific pin text. I'll do it this way. Let's see if it picks up on that. And we've got the style. Again, I'm letting Perplexity do all the heavy lifting. I'm not doing with any of this. So I'm going to copy everything again. And push that in there. And then we've got the color palette. Now, if you know the colors already, then you don't need to do anything like that. But I'm just going to do that, copy that. Paste it in here. Press generate my prompt, and now we've got the prompt. So now we go back across to ChatGPT. We'll put it in there. And we wait 1 minute and 30 seconds. In the meantime, I'll have a little sup of me non-alcoholic beverage. So we'll let this run real time. And obviously what we're doing now, as I say, we're basically using ChatGPT Images 2.0 to create these pins. And we're using tools around us, free tools like Perplexity, to ideate these pin ideas. And then to use, rather than writing a prompt ourselves, we're using this ChatGPT prompt generator tool. Now I've got early access to this. It will be coming out in the next couple of days. So what I've done, I've actually put a link below where I've provided other step-by-step videos to walk you through how I'm using not just that tool, but also how I use my own prompts, etc., to create jaw-dropping images which I sell commercially. So things like book covers, social media posts, Kindle covers, KDB covers, mention social media, Facebook, YouTube thumbnails, Facebook profile banners and things like that, all created using prompts that I have. So down below I'll put a link there. Just enter your email, you get access to it, and you get my 40 top prompts, which have made me a lot of money in this space. And they've been updated to now run on ChatGPT 2.0. So again, you're going to save money because you're not having to get involved with companies like Midjourney and things like that, or that tools where you have to pay a subscription. You can now use the free version of ChatGPT to create these commercially viable, highly in-demand images. And that bonus I'm going to give you for sign up, that'll give you a head start on everybody else, because I'll walk you through not just how to basically create them, but also how to monetize these as well. So let's have a look where we are now. Now go different color. Stop hiring designers. ChatGPT Images 2.0 creates pro images in seconds. Get the free prompt guide. There you go. As quick as that. No Canva, no Photoshop. We're using this prompt tool, which by the way is $17, which is, I think, ridiculously priced. It should be worth a lot more than that. And it can generate all these different styles, and you can guide it to change the colors, which we did on the fly there, like you saw, just by updating the prompt. So we went from the blue, which I said was people are using just now, the before and after, left and right, to where we are now with this other image, which is another very, very high quality image, as you can see from there. Quite like that one. Anyway, I've been Phil. Hope you enjoyed that. check the link up below if you want to learn more about how I'm using ChatGPT Images 2.0, how you can commercialize them as well. I even show you how you can create a brand asset, a full brand pack for a local roofing company. I did it with a fictional company. It took me less than 10 minutes. Step by step, I'll show you how to do that using this tool, but also provide made prompts as well, which will put your head and shoulders above everybody else using ChatGPT Images 2.0. I've been Phil, see you on the other side. Bye for now.